And as I told you, this is in two part. Today one will cover some portion of the JIRA, and tomorrow on 2 hours will be advanced topics of JIRA. So it's all about, we are going to discuss about a product which is developed by a company which is JIRA, which is for some people are using for bug management, some are using for project management, from service management. So different types of usage are there. So let's start. So the content of this session, 2 hour session, we are going to talk about JIRA introduction, JIRA projects overview, JIRA boards, JIRA issues, and JIRA workflow. Then there we'll have a question and answer session. We'll discuss your question. You can ask. I'll be happy to respond. So guys, we'll try to be this session two-way communication, not like I will keep uh, talking and keep delivering my side. If any question, please ask. Please share your acknowledgement. It will give me more energy to keep things moving. Thank you. So first of all, what is JIRA? Any one of you, the current team who is working, are familiar with JIRA? Heard about JIRA? What is JIRA?
Ticketing tools that we use.
Yes, detecting tool. Anybody else?
It's provided by Altasian.
Yeah, provided by
Basically,
Altasian. Exactly. Yes. Anybody else?
basically used to planning, tracking bugs and all.
Yes.
Basically a ticketing tool.
Yeah, one of the feature. Exactly. Anybody else? Yes. So we are almost very close to that, tracking, planning, tracking the bugs, planning tool, project management tool. So this tool has some multiple purpose serving. So this is what we are going to talk about. So what is JIRA? So in one line, if you can say about JIRA, this is a agile project management tool. So I hope you guys familiar with the agile project management. Are you guys working in any agile environment, like there is a sprint and then there is a backlog and you are working with according to a sprint in your projects? Are you already working or still not working with agile?
Jay, I am working.
Okay, you are
So
working. Great, great. Then you are familiar with the sprints, right?
yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. So it's a best suited tool for if any team or any company whose teams are working in agile project management way of, because this is a methodology, then this is the best tool for them, because they can manage their sprints, they manage their backlogs, they can. So lots of this orientation of this JIRA tool is agile project management tool. Besides this also offering lots of different types of projects can be managed using this tool. So guys, as we already know that the purpose of any tool which we use to managing a project, or where is a bug tracking or agile project management, to deliver a software with confidence. So to deliver a software with confidence, could anybody help me to understand what is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of deliver a product or service with confidence?
Expecting that there won't be any issues or bugs.
Yeah, right. So I am confident, my team confident, my organization confident that whatever we are building, we have a confidence in our product, in our application, that the end user or client who are going to use my product, they can use whatever their purpose was serving this product or application. So we are confident. How we can be confident? Using a certain tool which will make sure that whatever I've developed is okay, fine, and passed through all the things, covered all the aspects, and delivered. So JIRA is Agile Project Management. Again, I'm repeating, so that will keep align your thinking that what will be our revolving point. Agile project management tool used by teams to plan, track, release, and support world-class software with confidence. So, as we are already mentioning, their plan, track, release, and support. So, if we see the main concepts of JIRA is there are 5 concepts. One is the plan, track, collaborate, launch, and finally report. So it's all about if we say single line definition, this is the JIRA. Now, who uses JIRA? So we already talked about that for the bug tracking. So if there is a QA team, they have to make tracking of all the testing outcomes from their tests. They can put all the things into the JIRA. If there is a development team and they need to put each and every task into the JIRA, and if they are using Agile method, then definitely there will be sprints, so that team will also use the JIRA. So whether it's different verticals, teams can be from services, financial services, or retail, or software, or high tech, or automotive, or non-profit, or government, or life sciences, or many more verticals can be there. So all the teams who are working in these verticals can use the JIRA, right? And it was launched in 2002 as a bug tracking or issue tracking tool, and there are approx 65,000 companies are using globally this product. So if you talk about the teams, what are the teams can use? So whether it's agile team, project management team, software development team, or DevOps team, or product development, or product management team, or task management, or bug tracking, or even we are not started work but we are working on the requirement and test cases management, we can use this tool. So all the teams, basically here the use of this tool is by a team where more than one people are collaborating and working together, forming a team, and they are performing their own tasks through the collaboration of using this tool. So all such teams can use this JIRA application or tool. So if you talk about the some features, so definitely it's an incident management tool. As already someone told that it's already developed by Altesian INC. It's a Australian company, and it's a platform independent. So there is a desktop as well as the cloud version. So in any type of operating system, this tool can be installed and can be used. If you're using through the browser cloud version, then any browser can open and you can use this tool. If you're using desktop version, you can install and you can use. This tool is also in multilingual, whether it's English or French, German, Japanese, or Spanish. All these languages are supporting by this tool. Backend is in MySQL, Oracle, Postgres, SQL Server, and this tool can be integrated with also with other tools, so that as the tools are going to used by different users, different user groups, those user groups can be in different applications like Teams, like some version control applications like GitHub or Bitbucket. Those also can be integrated with JIRA. or whether it's Gmail or there are lots of or Slack or Trello. All these applications can be integrated with Jira. So if you talk about the license and free trial, so if you see here, this is the latest. I have taken a screenshot from their website. So if we go to their website, so this is the landing page of this Jira, the cloud version one, and pricing and license we talk about. This one is there. So we should have some understanding about what type of license they are providing and what that will cost to us. So if someone is trying to want to be look into what are the features, basic features offered by this tool, they can go with this free version and up to 10 users can use. There is some limitations like sorry guys, there is a background noise by some dog. So limitations in terms of like automations, there are 100 limit automations per site per month is there. Storage, like whenever create any task, there will be 2 GB storage. Up to 10 users with these limited features, you can use this tool. No need to pay anything. You can get it now. The paid versions are like this one: standard, premium, and enterprise. So a standard one is $7.16 per month per user per month. Without any registration, you can use this one. 14 days as a trial, and it will have features. These basic free ones, including these new ones. Like here, storage was 2 GB, but you can get here 250 GB storage. Here automations were only 100 automations you can do. Here 1700 automations are there, and here roles and permissions you are not able to manage. Here you can do that. There is also external collaboration is possible if you are taking this license. User limit is unlimited. There is also 9 to 5 support, and data can be reside in multi-region for security purpose. So as they are committing. The next one is their premium version, premium license. Maybe there is multiple teams working in an organization, so they can choose this one. So including these two offerings, two features which are including in free standard. The extra one is this ones, right? So a limited storage, here is a limited storage, so all the things are here. So this will cost around $12.48 per user per month. And if there is a big volume of users are there, then companies will have to connect with them. That is enterprise license, and they have to connect with their sales teams of Altesian. So that's it, guys. This is the some ideas about Jira. So any question till now? We talked about Jira.
Yeah, there is like a standard version, like they mentioned the $7, right?
Yeah.
So there is like 1700 automations per site per month is there, right?
Yeah.
So what is that 1700 automations mean?
Yes. Automation, we'll see this topic in detail, but let me give you some little idea. Like this application has some certain features, right, which are used by users globally, like 10 features they have developed. But besides that, there may be chances that some tasks are repeated nature according to the team, according to the organization, right? Someone is going and who is the handling the Jira, The same task is like doing every day, right? So this Jira is providing one feature, automation feature, where there are many scenarios. Something is happening, you want to perform something. Something is triggering, you want to do something, right? And that task is something manually someone is doing. If some this will happen, one issue is created. Now I'll go to make the status of all the issues which are created to something else, right? So instead of doing that repetitive task, which is specific to a particular team, not globally, all the teams, all the organizations who are using Jira need to be done that. It may be specific to a team. So what we can do, we can go inside Jira. There is a feature to automate that process that will be handled by Jira behind the scene. That will be done. So one process which is repeated in nature, so there can be chances that more than 100, 2000, 3000 processes which need to be automated. Those are taking time of the our precious resources, which are times are very precious. They can be deployed in other tasks instead of putting those on just updating the status or anything, which is they have to go inside the Jira and keep updating those things on certain scenarios. If scenarios are clear, this need to be done on basis of this scenario. That scenario can be mentioned in the Jira, and that can be automated. So number of automations they are talking about. How many automations you can do. I hope it's clear now, right?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Jairam.
Okay, thank you, Ramesh. So we have little introduction about this Jira tool. Now we'll go inside and some deep dive we'll do. We'll try to use the features, how they're working, how we'll use in our projects. So first thing we should understand, few steps need to understand to get started in Jira. So basically there are 7 steps in high level. First we create the project. As we are working on whether it's any project type or any, whether it's a QA team, they're managing their bugs in a project, or a development team, they're working through the sprint, or any other team who are managing their task through the Jira. First we need to create a project. So while creating a project, it will ask us select some project template. So project template can be in the form of Scrum, because the usage will be little varies depending on what type of project template you are choosing. So if you're using a Scrum, your team is following the Agile methodology, then you will choose the project template as a Scrum. No Agile, just a continuous development is going on, no any sprint, we'll choose the Kanban. If my team is handling with the bug tracking only, like we testing a website, putting all the tasks need to be done or need to be fixed by the developers, it's all about bug tracking. So there are different types of template are there. We'll see in detail just after this slide. Thereafter there are project types as well. You need to choose team managed project or company managed project. So sorry, when you talk about the team managed projects, it's more centering all the configuration of the project or settings will be basis of the team. The team lead or the project manager who is leading the project can handle or manage the configuration of the project in Jira. Suppose there is an organization and there are 10 teams and they are all handling different types of projects. So there should be some autonomy to those project leads. They can configure their projects in Jira according to their need. So in that scenario, team managed projects we choose. Another is the company managed projects. There is a 10 teams, but all the 10 teams should follow the same structure, same style of working, same functioning, no any change. We keep creating the projects, but the blueprint same for all the teams. Then in that case, we'll use company managed projects while choosing the project types. So if you are looking for more control on your project, or team lead or project lead, then it always recommended to go with the team managed projects. Then once it's done, we set up the columns, like we'll see what are the columns on the JIRA board. Once columns are set, then we start to create the issue. Here issue is not a bug in the terms of JIRA. They have given the name issue. This issue can be a story if you're talking about Scrum. This issue can be a task if you're talking about Kanban or any other project. This issue can be a test case if you're talking about in terms of QA. So we create two issues in our project once the project is created. Then if any tools is needed to be integrated with our application, as we have already mentioned, we can integrate some third-party tools like Teams, like Slack, like Trello, like GitHub, like Bitbucket. If this is needed, then we can connect. Once this is done, we can invite the team members to work on those projects and then move forward. So these are some basic 7 steps if you're going to start with the JIRA. So on each topic we are going to talk in detail, so it's just a summary. So the first thing, as we talk about the project, so let's start with the projects. So we all know that what is a project is a collection of tasks that will be completed to achieve a certain outcome, right? And in JIRA, project can be thought of as a container used to organize and track those tasks or issues across the entire team. And if you talk about project in terms of JIRA, there are 3 key elements. First is the issues on which need to be worked, people who will work on the issues, and workflows, how the issue is moving from one step to another step. So these are the 3 key elements: issues, a small bit-sized pieces of work to be called work, which are called issues; people or team who are going to accomplish those tasks together; and third, workflows, how this one task is there, how this task is, like right now it's to do, then in progress, then QA, then done. So these are the key elements of a project. We'll do all the practicals after this 1 or 2 slides, so don't worry guys, it's not a totally theoretical, it's a practical. So we'll see how all this can be used. So I'm talking about here Kanban templates and Scrum template. We'll see. So if there is continuous development is going on and you are only focusing on the progress and continuous flow of work, then definitely we can go with the Kanban, when we have to choose the project type or project template, not type. And if team is following agile methodology, in that case our template should be a Scrum, right? So that you can prioritize our task, our list. We can create the interval of certain goals need to be achieved, right? So let us see some practical aspect instead of too much talking on the theoretical part. So guys, let me log out from here so that you will see the first how we are going to from here. So I'm first login here, j.automatic@gmail.com, right? So I had created my account here, so it's not a big deal. When we start to create account on JIRA, you'll have to provide your some subdomain or company name, and by that name it will create a subdomain, and after that you can log in and start to work on. So right now no projects is there, so actually it's all removed for the demo purpose. So if I'm going to view all projects, nothing is here, right? So here is the create project. On the top navigation you can see projects, right? Create project. So here is something very interesting, and we have to choose our project templates very wisely. So if you see here, according to my, when I created my account on JIRA, it has asked some questions to me. What type of work I'm doing, what nature of business I have. So on the basis of it, JIRA is suggesting some project template. I can have customer service management, I can have IT service management, project management, product discovery. So these are some suggestion by JIRA. But if you see these classifications, there is some classification on project templates. First is the software development. So if I am dealing with the software development, so my project templates can be Kanban, Scrum, top level planning, cross team planning, product roadmap, or bug tracking. So we can choose, as all these are related to the software development, we can choose any according to our need. If there is no any agile, then we can go with the Kanban. If Scrum is following, then we can go with the Scrum. This is something to monitor the multiple projects and with the stakeholders. It's top level planning one, nothing to do with the development. It's a cross team, like multiple teams are working together, and for that we can use this template. Like we are planning to have a product development, then for the roadmap you can use this template. If there is a QA team and who is dealing with the bug tracking, we can go to use this template. So here what is the meaning of template? Actually what will happen, based on the selection of these different templates, the layout of or the features inside working with task and issue will be little changed. Like as I told you, Scrum is different than Kanban. So layout will be changed. Here once I'll create a project using this template, I will have sprints. It will not here, not here, not here, not here, not here, right? If I'm creating a bug tracking type of project, so it will be little different. All are the issues, all are the bugs. No stories, only bugs. So it will narrow down the features according to the template we are going to choose here. So if you're dealing with the software development, out of these templates I will choose one of. Even the service management team can use this tool. This service can be customer, IT service, general service, HR service, finance, facilities, marketing, analytics, legal, sales, design, IT services. All these are the service management. Work management team can also use this tool, whether it's a project management, task tracking. So if you see, they have, according to the different whatever the possibility can be of a different type of team, whether it's a HR, whether it's a development, whether it's a legal, whether it's a finance, whether it's a design or operations or sales, they have different project templates, right? So I'm going to choose like one of the, like here the Scrum one, right? I'm choosing this one. Then we are talking about project type. as we have already talked, this is the simplified configuration, this is the export configuration. Running quickly with simplified configuration, and basically this is from the JIRA administrations need to be managed, and whatever the globally any change will be done, it will affect all the projects, but here it will be centric to the team or the project which is following this type. So guys, I think you are very much clear about very careful. I think you should be very careful while you are going to choose, should I go with the team managed project or company managed project. I think it's clear, right? Any question on that?
Jay, actually, the after signing up, I'm seeing a different screen in my Jira. So I'm following yours, but for me, I'm seeing a different screen in my Jira.
uh, I think, have you choose the free one?
Yes, I choose the free one. I signed up via my company ID. That's correct, right?
Yeah. So basically I am using the this one, maybe
Okay.
that is the reason. The standard version I am using,
Hmm.
so that's why the different layout you are able to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yours is detailed and mine is like, okay, do this, do that. It's like that. It's asking me to start working.
Okay, okay. So are you not able to choose like different templates, project templates?
Uh, One minute. My projects. I just created one Learn Jira Scrum for. It asked me whether you are doing a software developer, customer management, like that. It was asking. I selected software project for that.
I think these are initial questions when you create an account on Jira.
Hmm.
They ask such questions, but after once account is set up, these questions are not asked by them,
Okay. Uh-huh.
right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, just they are following some. There are some questionnaires to know about the person
Okay.
who is going to use this Jira tool,
Ah. Okay. I understood. Okay.
right? Once you done,
Right.
or I think you can see the skip. There will be skip also. Skip this question.
Ah. Yes. Yes. That some places I skipped it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. So you see, when I was showing this, let me go back if this is allowing me. Change template. You see,
Hmm.
made
Ah. Made for you.
why is suggesting? It's suggesting because I have given some
Hmm.
response while creating my account,
Okay.
right?
I understood. I understood. Okay.
Maybe I've skipped, maybe I've not given any answer. That's why by default they are suggesting use these things. If I have given some specific question, maybe I have chosen at that time.
Hmm.
So after I do the development, maybe they will suggest this one only,
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So you can skip those, and
Hmm.
once account is set up, you can move to the create project,
Okay.
right? So so guys, I'm just creating using one template. So I think you are all clear about the templates, right? Any any question on template? Because they have created lots of templates, and we should know what is the meaning of this. Because if you choose
Yeah.
wrong template, it means whatever you are trying to do or use the Jira for the your purpose, you are not going to fulfill if you choose the wrong template.
Okay. Okay. For now, I got templates. I am getting is Kanban, Scrum, and business.
Yeah, based on your questionnaire, whatever the answer you given that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I understood. So for me, oh, based on the questionnaire, they are suggesting only three. Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
understood.
yeah. Whatever the algorithm or conditions they have applied there.
Hmm.
Yes, yes. So I think we are all clear about the templates one, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. So let's move with this Scrum. Use this template, and we are talking about this team managed or company managed. So Guys, I'm trying to, some people are already using this Jira tool, and some of the topics may be not new to them, but maybe some of the members who are very new to this tool, so they will, that will help to them also. So it's very important to know this terminology and while creation the project, so that it's a better understanding among the team members. And configuration of your project is very important in Jira. So while creating the project, it's almost you are going to configure your project, right? So choosing a right template, now I'm going to choose the right type. So if my work is team centric, I will go with the team managed type. If my work is not team centric, it's my organization centric, there are 10 teams, all teams are doing the similar type of works, no deviation, no change. Why should I go with the team managed? One person can manage everything, one rule or one blueprint is applied to all the teams, right? So maybe there can be different organization who have the similar work. They have 100 people workforce, 10 team in each, 10 members in each team, all are doing the similar work, same framework. In that case, we'll go with the company managed. But if my project nature is different, different methods I'm using, someone is using the Kanban, someone is using the Scrum, or different team types are there in this organization, that organization. One is the QA, another is the software development, there is HR team, and all are going to use this tool. So definitely we need to have this team managed project type. So choose here. So you see here, Scrum I had chosen my template, and type is team managed. Now I'll give a name of the project here. So my first Scrum project, I'm just a random name, I'm checking this one. And then there is a access. Who will access my project? So there are 3 access levels. One is private, limited, open. Here the meaning of private is whomever I will invite, only those people can search, view, create or edit the issues. Final intention is to work on the issues. Issues means task, story, bug, etc. or test cases. So to whomever I will invite. Limited. So limited means whoever access to this URL, only this URL, right? Like automatic take alteration.net, whoever access to this URL and whatever they can see, but what they will not able to do, if they have access this URL, and what they can do, can search or view and comment on this project's issue. Only access on this one, right? But only the people who are invited or added to the system will able to create or edit those issues. And third is the open. Anyone who have access to this URL can search, view, create, edit the issues. So open is not recommended. Limited is also not recommended in organization. If you are working, why will give you access to someone to, once you will have this only URL access, they will able to see all the issues? No. So for privacy, we will go with the private. And this is the one key, unique key generated by the JIRA based on the name of my project. You see, it took the first character of each word, MFSP, right? So this is used by JIRA inside there for many references. Now next. So it's asking, but JIRA project is created, but it's asking to, are you going to connect with some repository, because my this account has one app installed and it's connected to the JIRA, GitHub. This JIRA is connected to my GitHub account. We'll see later on tomorrow. We'll see how we can connect. So it's asking to, are you looking to create connect this project with some repository in the GitHub? So right now I'm not looking. We'll see tomorrow. So now my project is created, and this is the project JIRA board. Whatever the project we created, this is the JIRA board. So clear guys, any confusion while creating the project you can ask me, I'll be happy to respond.
I am clear, Jay. No doubts here.
Okay, great. Anybody else, please? I know some of you guys using this first time, so please, if you ask me, I can repeat, I can explain.
I'm good as well.
Okay, great. So guys, great. So let's move forward. So I think we are clear about this Kanban template and Scrum. So I have mentioned in my slide, but it's already we have covered. So we already this one we did project types. We choose team managed or company managed, right? And this is the difference I have already mentioned to you. Team managed projects are for teams who want simplified configuration and more control over their own working process and practices in a self-contained space. Self-contained space means specific to their team. Team managed projects are more managed by the project administrators, meaning that changes can be implemented without requiring the help of JIRA administrators. Simplified configuration is very simple. Company managed. Whenever working with, I've already given you an example. Similar work, same multiple teams, similar blueprint, I will go with the company managed. Here the configuration is the global level, so some export configuration understanding is needed. Now we talk about the JIRA boards. So the screen you see after I created the project, this is the JIRA board. You see, this is the key created by the JIRA, my project. This is my project page, and this is the board. This is chosen. This is my board. So on board, what is there? There is a columns of different steps, or you can say stages. The task or the issues which are need to be done will be in to-do column. The task which are already team is working will be in progress. The task which are completed or done will be under done. If you wish or need to introduce some more column who are involving, like I'm giving here review by client, or just a QA. Just want to introduce the QA here, right? So one more column will be added before done. We can drag and drop. You see? So my board has now 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. First, whatever the task I need to create will be in to-do state by default, need to be done, in progress, then QA, then done. So what is JIRA board? So in JIRA board display a selection of issues in columns, with each column representing a step in your team's workflow. So basically steps So what is the workflow? First it will be to do, then it will be in progress, then it will be QA, then there will be done. This is my workflow, right? And in this workflow, all these columns are known as steps. This is my first step, second step, third step, fourth step. For taking work through completion, a board accomplishes accompanies each JIRA project by default and provides the team with a shared view of all work that has not started, work that is in progress, and work that is completed. So all this board will be, suppose that 5 members are working on a project. So all will able to see that what are the tasks which need to be done, what are the tasks in progress, what are in the QA stage, and what are the completed. All 5 team members able to see this board. We'll see how the users will be added, how team will be added for the project, but just have some understanding of what is JIRA board. So guys, any question on JIRA board?
No.
Okay, great. So this is one screenshot I've already shown to you, but here the screen is filled with some task, right? So we'll also create task or issues and see it will be filled. And this board can be, right now it's a, what type of board? Can anybody tell me? This is Kanban or Scrum board?
Scrum.
Yeah, because this there is a,
Scrum board.
I have chosen the Scrum template, right? Now let me create one more project here and let it be Kanban. Team managed. My first Kanban project. Just giving so that I should know that what type of project this is, right? I'm not going to link. It's asking because my account is linked with GitHub, so ignore this right now. You see the difference between board of this this board and this board. Any difference?
There's
In
no
the plan-
backlog for Scrum.
In the
Yeah.
planning,
For Kanban, yeah.
planning tabs.
Yes. Backlog. You see backlog in the Scrum. Backlog. Get started in backlog in while I choosing the Scrum. But if I choosing the Kanban, no backlog, no that sign, right? So be very careful according to the team style for working. We have to choose in the project template accordingly. Either it will be confusing how to use that. Sometimes happen that the project is created by someone without understanding of what template can be used, and team keep rolling inside that, keep using that template without the need of those complexity, right? If there is no any agile or scrum needed, why should I go with that? I should use the Kanban. Simple, right? So we talked about the what is Scrum and Kanban. So it's a ideology of a Scrum is learn through experience, and this is visual to better understand capacity and improve work in progress. And it's a regular fixed length sprints. It's continuous flow. So I think guys, you know what is the meaning of this fixed length sprints. Generally 2 to 3 weeks. But here not like that. According to task, according to our milestone, we can decide. Here is backlog sprint, here is not something like that. Here is work in progress, columns will be there only. Right? So I think we are very much clear about Scrum and Kanban, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So now the most important portion of this complete JIRA is where each and every feature or a tool or functionality is revolving around issues, right? It's so issues means here not like a bug. Here issue means in the context of JIRA I use this word issues, but this may be story, task, or bug, or test case. If if there is a QA team and they are QA team can have or a development team have they if a development team is working with the TDD model, they can also create the test cases here also and use those, right? If the QA team is creating test cases, they can also use. So here the issues is you can say collection of either story, task, bugs, or test cases, or any another type of issue type you can create. So see here what is the issue. So basically issue is an individual piece of work that must be completed, right? And in JIRA we keep tracking those issues, and depending on the use of JIRA, an issue could represent a project task, a help desk ticket, or leave request form, etc., right? So if HR is using, HR can have a different way of giving the name of that issues. Maybe or IT team is using, IT service team is using, they can give different name to that, like help desk ticket or help desk ticket or leave request form. If I'm using different project template like for the HR services, if I'm using project template like financial services, there may be different name nomenclature for that. So issues typically represent individual work items such as big features, user requirements, and software bugs, right? So we can update issues to show work progress or add relevant information such as who is assigned to the work, in-depth description, or attachment. Sorry, it's duplicated. Now there are some issue types. So let us see here epic, task, story, bug, subtask. These are different issue types. So if we talk about epic means it's a collection of multiple issues. We are going to combine the different issues and giving one common name. Like a team is working on a website, and one important task is to make homepage functional. Homepage can have navigation, logo, sign in, sign out features, hero teaser, central section, footer, newsletter. So combining these all things, all the tasks, different tasks, we can give this name, one common name for this combined home page completion or home page. The home page can be a peak, and different small tasks can be different issues. Task come under the epic style of we can mention the epic. We'll see how we can create the epic. Task we already know represent that need to be done. Story, if we are talking perspective of the user. So guys, here two things are there. What is the difference between task and story? Could anybody help me to understand? What is the difference task and story?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, that's an execution thing. Okay.
Story point is like the different breakdowns in that particular
I don't see
that use
anything
case
from
is there,
that.
right? User will give one requirement, right?
Sure.
That one we will
Because I see one email that came
break
from
down
you
into various
on
story points.
Central.
Under that story point, we will be doing various tasks.
Yeah, under
If
the
I
story
am,
points, exactly.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, correct. Yes.
yeah, when we're talking about the story, we always think about the user who is going to use your system or application or web application, right? User will be able to log in. User is able to add item in the cart. That is user perspective, right?
yes, yes.
So
If you
whenever
don't
we talk,
mind,
yeah, please, Mr. Gaurisankar, you wanted to say something?
No. I'm muted. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. So task, whenever we talk task, task means technically, internally the development team assign a particular action to be performed to fulfill the stories or completion of the story. Like add item in cart, add to cart is for user perspective. User understanding that I am adding an item in cart. But for a developer point of view, that can be click or create a button or create a button to click, then move the item in the cart. For that he has to multiple steps, he has to break that small thing add to cart into multiple tasks. So it can be added, edited, deleted, right, from the cart, or checkout, or the user can make payment. But for the payment, whatever the different action need to be performed by the developer are the task. So whenever we talk about the story, story is always in the context of the user who is going to use the system or application. And whenever we're going to talk about the task, it's about the team which is going to perform a specific action or task, right? So I think there is a difference. So task, so it presents a requirement expressed from the perspective of the user. Bug clear, need to be fixed. Whatever there is a problem need to be fixed. Subtask, maybe there is a task like create navigation bar. Maybe within that we can have multiple tasks, right? So these are the some issues types. Issue can be epic, task, story, bug, or subtask. So this is the hierarchy to see. So let us do some practical, so we'll have some clear picture what exactly we're talking about. So this is my board, nothing is there. I'll go inside backlog from here or from here, right? Or create from here, right? You see, three options we have. Go to backlog, here is the backlog screen. I'm on board, I'm going from here, or I can directly go here and I start to create my story. So here you can see it can be task, it can be bug, it can be story, it can be epic, right? So if I am working with Agile, a Scrum template I have chosen, then I'll go with the story. So I'm creating here my first story, right? I can put here lots of description about the story. User will be able to add items into cart. Assignee. So whenever you're going to create any story or task, to whom it should be assigned? It should be either you choose the user, right now only one user is there, or it will be unassigned, right? Or there can be labels. I can put a label. So labeling just identifier or tagging you can give. So just putting here Scrum Pro, right? Is this is a story which I'm creating is related to any parent task or story? No, because this is the first story I'm creating. Is there any team who is going to work with this story? I've not created team. Yeah, I've already some team or some members are in that. So the same task story will be assigned to this team, dev team. So I'm not choosing this one. Now here the sprint. We'll talk about this one. A sprint is a duration in which certain amount of tasks need to be completed. So I have not created any sprint. I'll show you. Some weightage need to be given based on the size and complexity of the story. So we can give here who is creating Jay. I have logged in, so I am there. My name is coming here. I can attach some files. I can link this issues or the story with another story, right? Who can see this one? Administrator restricted this role to members, viewer. I can restrict, right? I have no any restrictions. So I'm creating. So you see my first story is created here. I can create multiple directly from here. Second story, third story, fourth story, fifth story. I'm not giving the actual name. I'm just a story can be different functionality need to be done at the user perspective. So those story can be changed here. So I'm just giving some numbering system to different stories. And if you see here, this is the sprint. By default, first sprint is created here. Can anybody tell me what is this MFSP?
That is our project name, that code.
Yes, that project. Yes. While creating this, you can see MFSC first. So this code is very important. You should not get confused from where this is coming. This is your project name key, right? So by default there is a sprint. So if you're working in agile team, so in agile team there is always a sprint, and a sprint has a duration. So it can be 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, but usually is 2 week or 3 weeks, or I can have my custom one. So guys, who have still not clear about this sprint, please tell me. I'll explain again, because one thing will keep stopping to understand other things. Do you need me to explain again this sprint?
We are clear, man.
Okay, I think everybody is clear. Okay.
Yes, clear. Clear.
Okay. So normal duration of a sprint is either 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It should not be so long. Either it will turn into a normal project development, right? So we can put the 2 weeks. I can choose here the start date. I can choose the 29th of July here. I can put time also when I'm starting, like any whatever time it's allowing me, right? And by default, you see automatically the next 2 weeks calculated 12th of August, right? Within that sprint, I want to achieve particular goal. So maybe home page completion, right? This is my goal. Home page should be completed in 2 weeks, right? So you can see. So once this sprint is defined, now I can put the stories which need to be completed within that duration. So definitely there will be meeting with the team and the different stakeholders, Scrum Master. They will decide based on the weightage that this 4 story will be completed in this sprint. Clear? It should be reasonable, not like that I'm going to complete 2 month task in these 2 weeks, right? So this is the way we can create a sprint and put so you see from the we keep creating the storage in the backlog here, like 6th, 5th, 6th storage, right? And even sometimes I am realizing that I can put here more tasks or storage here. I can directly put here 7th story, right? Easy. So now also, so this is the best practice to, based on a project, define or decide your, like a project is of 3 months, so you should have to, then how many sprints will be there if project is of 3 months?
6.
6 sprints, correct. So we'll put all the tasks need to be done for the project and put each story in those 6 sprints. So definitely there is a or after completion there is a retrospective meeting, a refinement of the sprint, then something is completed, something is not completed, something should be taken care in the next sprint. So there will be regular improvement based on the experience from the first sprint. So I have added some stories here, and if you see, if I go to my board, nothing is here in to do. Could anybody tell me why I'm not coming in here anything? Even I have backlog, even if I have a sprint, I have to do list, but nothing is in the board. Why?
Yeah, you're not clicked on the start sprint.
Yes, I have not started the sprint, right? I have decided my task, I have created that sprint, but to display on these boards, I need to start the sprint, right? You see, again, this one is giving me summary and then start. So now everything is coming in the to do, right? Now the team will start to work on. I have not yet assigned. This is unassigned. Task can be assigned directly or from here, right? Because specific people will work on those tasks. So you see, we're talking about a story, task, bug, create your own, Even if in a story task, I told you that you can create issue type by your own self also, like not which are not in the JIRA, you can create your own. Then there is a subtask. So this is my first story, and if you see this one, child issues, right? So a story can contain multiple tasks. So task 1, task 2, task 3. So I can put a task directly from here, or another way is just click this one. I can see the detailed form of this story. How I come here? Go to the board or backlog, right? I'm just, let us go to the backlog. I'm first story, right? You see this one. This is the link of this issue. Click this one, and this is the detailed view of that story. And these are the child issues. So in this story, I have to work multiple tasks, right? So I can add more. Task 4, task 5. So as much I want, I can put, right? So if you see, this is the story, this is in a to do, and assign is J, level I have given 1 Scrum Pro, parent none, sprint, this one, clear? Let me guys, I remove the apps, either it will keep confusing you. Sorry. So now no link here, right? So there is description also. I have already shown you. If you're writing a story, you can put the more description here. If you're writing a task inside the story, you can click this one, your detail page of that task. You can put here more descriptions here, right? So according to your information about the particular task or these things, you can add. Your comments can be put it here. So all these information can be added here, right? And what is the default state of any task while we creating? Anybody? To do, right? Yes. So this is the hierarchy, and I was talking about a peak. Here is, this is the you see, if I click on the timeline, there is a peak, right? So I'm typing here like a home page, another epic is checkout process, backend, reports, APIs. Within these epics, we can add logo, design, hero teaser, portfolio, or we can put here anything, not portfolio, featured products, checkout, add to cart, update cart, payment, integration, order summary, shipment, return, so as you talk about now what is the epic, so you see epic name I'm giving, and accordingly I can give the task within that, right? So also each epic can have their start and end date. If you see here, like I want to complete this in this duration, so you can see one timeline is created, and this timeline is between 26th of July to 8th of August. So I will give timeline for this one. Okay, so it's not needed in timeline because it's fall within this one, right? Similarly, I can give the timeline for this epic, right? Like it was 8th, due date then 22nd, right? So this way you can use the peak, and within the peak you can, so if you see the board, epic name is coming. This task is linked to this peak, right? And if you see here board, it's mentioning that this is the story and this is the ID giving, and if I'm looking to give a peak here, then I go to the timeline, right? No peak was created, only sprint was there, right? So I can also organize the task within the peak, right? So it's our choice, either just follow the sprint or you can create the peak, and within a peak you can do these all things. So this is the JIRA issue hierarchy. A peak, within a peak we can put these all things and then subtask. And if you talk about the anatomy of an issue, anatomy means what are the information or structure an issue can have. So what are the structures are there for an issue? If this is the issue, it can have assignee, labels, parent, team, reporter, description, right? Even we can, like here, configure is there. I can add more fields. You see how many fields are there? These are the fields, right? Descriptions, to do, and if I click here configure, add a new field, right? So if I go, you see, besides description you can have new field also. So you can add the custom fields if you want to put more information for your task or issues, and those fields are not here in the JIRA, you can create custom fields, and there are sorry different types of custom fields you can create, like input box or text, paragraph, date, number, timestamp, labels, drop down, checkbox, people you can add here, there, dependent drop down, URL you can add there. So guys, any question till now, please help me to understand if you're getting correct.
Hey, hi Jay.
Yeah.
So one we have like a to do in progress and the done status, right? So these are the columns are there, right? So is there any limitation to add columns in Jira?
Yes, I've already shown you.
No, limitation of the columns, adding the limitation of the columns.
There is no as such limitation they have given, but I'm sure that
Okay.
it should not be unlimited, because
Okay.
that should not be the case while you are working with any steps. Steps would be something that we need to accomplish the task with different steps, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah.
Fine, thank you.
Thank
And the another question is if any ad hoc request comes to complete in current sprint, so in that case, what needs to be done?
Any request?
Pardon me?
Are you asking that if any request coming in within that sprint?
Correct. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
it's a depends on the urgency of the ticket or the issue, or the how the maybe you have to employ someone, and see, these days development is like that.
Mm.
Client is asking, there is a, if you need to stretch the team, stretch more resources need to employ, you need to employ. If that is crucial, either it's always avoided to include those things. It's always avoided, because that will going to destroy the structure of what was planned during the sprint planning or starting of the sprint, right? Until
Mm.
that is not very much urgent, why should include those things?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that can be added as like a task or subtask, right? So depends on the requirement, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. So, so these are the things. I think we already know that what are the anatomy. There are some general informations are there, like description we can put here. Assignee is there. Details are there. All the details, reporter, projects, time tracking, label, and automations. More fields you can add. Like I've already shown you how you can add the more fields, right? It's just a screenshot in my slide, right? It should not be confusing. It's just I was talking about the autonomy, right? Sorry, anatomy means the structure of the issues. So in this structure, this is look like. So whatever we have seen right now, this is the one screenshot with some numbering. So this is the general information, right? General, these things, details, more fields. Now, parent and child issues. So when you talk about the parent and child issue, I think I have already shown you something. You see this icon? It means some child issues are created inside this story, right? Right? So these are the, you see, child issues. You can also, for each story, you can do some attachment if asked. So if team members are looking for more information through some attachment, you can put here the attachment for the story. Even for the task, you can put more attachment here. Child issue definitely is just, we have already created task, child task 6, right? So basically this is the child when we will see this icon. A parent issue is an issue that sides above the another. Issue is that a task is made up of subtasks. A child issue is an issue that sits below another issue, right? So subtask is that belongs to a task. It's pretty much clear. So guys, we covered very important point. This is issues is going to, or each and every activity of our JIRA is going to revolve around this task and issues. So it should be very much, there are lots of things you can see. If someone is looking first time this screen, definitely it's maybe confusing that what are these things, and many things need to be done. So don't worry, I am touching those only things which is at least you should understand. And I understand this webinar is not going to be very sufficient for you to get all the things, but look into this very carefully. At least it will open a door to understand the JIRA. As much you'll practice, create the issues with different project templates, with different project types, you will get more and more, right? So this is the timeline where you see the epic. This is the backlog where you create the different tasks and then put into the sprint. This is the board where the different tasks are there. So from the board I can put the task here, right? Or I can put this one, right? Or once in progress to QA, the developer who is working can put this in the QA. Once QA is done, QA team will put into done. So maybe QA can be involved here or not involved here. You can have a separate project created for the QA instead of creating here. So it's always good to keep separate projects for the QA, because assigning and unassigning will be a bigger issue. So for the development, for the sprint, keep project here. Once the QA team started to test, create separate project for them, so that they have some different and clear steps and progress. This is the calendar, whatever the timeline I've given, this is the calendar it's showing. In the list format, whatever you see the board format is the list format, right? This is the board format, this is in the list format, right? With more detail like type, key, summary, issues, sprint, assignee, some levels, when created, when updated, who created, is there any parent, is there any team assigned, and is there any link with some version control. So all will come here in the list. This will also, if you see detail, then you can see, but in the list format it will be more informative. So this is the complete created list of the issues. If you don't want to see the board, only want to see the list of the task or issues, and click here, you will be able to see the details here. So you can see so guys, any question till now in this issues part? We are all set. Any question? Am I audible, guys?
Yes, audible.
Okay. Yeah, if any question, please let me know. I'll be happy to respond.
Hello, JIRA. Funny here. So can you please 1 second show me how to like how to change all the tasks from backlog to board? Like how to bring all the tasks into the board from backlog at a
Yes,
time.
sure. So first we define all the sprints, right? I've defined this sprint. This is the duration, and this is the name of the sprint. I can create the. I'm creating the another sprint here.
Okay.
This sprint 2 here, right? And if you see the date is picked by the JIRA, 12th August is the last date, then 5th, I think 13th, 14th will be the holidays. Then it took the 15th through 2nd September, right?
Yeah.
Now I can put here, just drag and drop, right?
Instead of drag, since it is only 1 or 2, you can drag and drop. What if it is some 20 or 30? How can you push entire thing into?
Yes, just check all the things, like all the tasks will be checked, like this one.
Okay.
Let me create here. Task T1, T2, T3, right? I'm just putting this one, right? And move to, you see?
Okay.
The option is given, right?
Uh,
To which sprint you are looking to move? Either a sprint 1 or a sprint 2, it's your choice. So I'll check all and move to selected to sprint 2, right?
okay. Yeah, sure. Got it.
Got it? Great.
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's a good question because I was just dragging dropping, but it's not like 1, 2, 3
Yeah.
tasks. Maybe it should be 100 of tasks or 200 of tasks. So how I can choose 20 or 25 out of them, and in one go it should go in one sprint, right? Makes sense.
Yeah.
Any more question, guys?
No.
Okay, great. So I think we are the team who are attending the webinar. I'm sure that everyone is getting, and if any question, please let me know. So let's move on to the next topic. I think this is the anatomy I'm talking about. Also, there was a linked issue. If you see, while creating our issues, if I'm going inside just this one, right? Or let me see the detail of this. So maybe there is a dependency of this issue or task with another task, right? I can be this task will be only done once this another task can be done. So there is a blocking, right? Linked. So whoever going to work on this task will be able to see that this task is blocked by this. Once this will be done, then this will be done. So this also some features given by JIRA to linking the issues. Clear, guys? This is the meaning of this.
Okay. And what are the other options present in the drop down apart from blocked by?
Yeah, 1 second. Here is blocked by blocks, is cloned by clones, is duplicated by, or it duplicate.
Have declared Rajat.
Okay.
And he says from 3 onwards only as per the normal we can give.
Okay.
But we can start before. Just for the arrangement purpose, they give 30 minutes buffer.
Okay. Sure. Thank you. Got it.
By event gets over, we can start.
Yeah, so there relates to causes is caused by merge form, merge into implements. So all some different sentiments are related to this particular task or issues with some others, maybe some dependency linked in any way. So we link, right? So there are different terminology for those linking. Clear? I think we can move forward. Okay, then these are the things blocked is blocks or blocked by clones, cloned by duplicate, duplicate is duplicated by, relates to, maybe during the review someone is notice that the team lead and notice that this task is duplicated to that task, so I can link with that, right? So other people who is assigned this task and one is already done will get notified that this is linked. He will open the task, he will able to see that this is already linked to that way. It's a duplicate, right? So this is the screens we're talking about. So before jumping into workflows, please let me know any other question, guys. So we are all set. I think we can move forward, right?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Funny. We can let me. So JIRA workflows. So when we are talking about three main key components of any JIRA issues is, you can say, or the JIRA, what is the exact word we're talking about? Let's go inside. Key elements of JIRA project, right? I think we're talking about this, right? Issues, people, and workflow. So whenever you're creating any JIRA project, these are the three main elements. We talked about the issues. Now we'll talk about the workflow. And next we'll talk about the people tomorrow. So JIRA workflows. See this diagram, I think it will give some better understanding about this. So before explaining this, let me go inside the task we have already created. Let us go inside this. You see here, we can make it to do, make it done, make it QA, make it in progress, make it done. From done, I can do in progress. From in progress, I can do in to do. In QA from, I can do to do. From done, I can do to do. From to do, I can do QA. You see how I am uh, changing the workflow. So based on my need, based on the uh, needed to be done for that particular task or story, I can change the workflow, right? Or in the what is the current state of that task, I can update here. So from the diagram you can see, first when you create a JIRA issue, it's in open state, means to do, right? So if you are using a Scrum, even that is not a to do first, it is in sprint until you're not starting the sprint. Once that sprint is started, that issue is in to do. So that is open a to do equivalent thing. So start the progress, the status is in progress. Now from in progress I can change this to do or open. From open I can make it resolve when I realize that this task is already done, why I need to do. From resolve I can close, reopen. From resolve I can closed, I can mark it closed. From open I can mark it closed. From in progress I can mark it closed. From reopened I can mark it closed. From reopen I can mark it in progress. From resolve I can mark it reopen. So these are the different work based on the looking at the task condition or status. I can back and forth workflow status can be changed. So I hope this is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So JIRA workflow is composed of three unique elements. First is state, transition, and resolution. Status means where it is, where the issue is. Either it will be in to do, or in progress, or in done, right? And transition, from changing one state to another state. Sorry, status. From one status to another status, I'm changing the status of that particular issues. And then resolution. So this task has been completed and no longer open. So it will not be allowed to open. It needs a resolution status. Some examples may include closed, resolved, shipped, completed, done. So we can see the done one, right? We can create also this one according to our need, on do, etc. And this done is only available in the company managed projects. Now let us see this workflow. I am on my project page, and if I click here, you can see manage workflow, right? So this was added by me. One, you can see I've added the QA, hope you remember, right? So this is if I remove this one, I can delete, right? This can be deleted, this status can be deleted, right? So this was the default workflow of JIRA. Now I can add more QA, right? QA is added here, right? I can put here this one, or can put here, right? So this is the workflow. I can decide if I need to update according to my need, and there is to do, in progress, done. So different status I can add here. QA in progress, right? So I can add here QA in progress, something like this. So in any way, if I am looking to modify my workflow, I can sorry, modify from here. Let it update, save and continue. Go back, close it, and go inside the project. So whatever the workflow I've created, you can see it's added here, right? Only thing is that I have to put in correct position when it will be done, what, right? So again, if I go to the workflow editor, sorry, see, this is organized in this way: in progress, to do, QA, right? Done. Here you can see create. So create, to do, status to do. If I change here without to do, it should be always in progress. What will happen? If my workflow, whenever a task is created, what will happen? You see the workflow, what happened? Once created, what will happen? It will be by default in progress. So let me show you. I am creating a task here. Work flow. You see what is happening here? What new you can observe here?
Directly to here in progress.
Yeah, directly it's in progress, because you have designed the workflow accordingly. So developer have not to worry about these things. Only they should understand these things are only handled by the team lead or project manager or project lead. So be careful while changing the workflow, because it will impact the complete project, right? So now if I go to change this one in progress to do. Also I can add some roles. What role? Once a project is created, status will be to do, and validate that people have a specific permission. I can do this one. Assign an issue. I want every time a task is created to do, and assign this task to J, right? Let us see what is going to happen. You see what is happening? It's automatically, I'm no need to assign. So suppose that you were creating 50 tasks, and after creation you have to always assign the task to that particular person. So instead of for those tasks, you can just make the setting, keep creating, and that task will be automatically assigned to that user, and just change the workflow for time being, right? So I think workflow is little bit clear. If I am able to give some clear picture. Any question on workflow? Any question on workflow? No?